Go ahead, sir.
What is up? What is up? Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is up? What is up? And hello.
Welcome. Hey, Merc, I got some good news and some bad news.
Let's go to bad news first.
Fortnite's getting some more cool shit.
What's the good news?
The good news is Master Chief, who was in Fortnite, has just got his Warhog as like a taunt, but everybody else can have it. So you can just pop a Warhog out of nowhere
That's pretty
and
dope.
ride it. And it's like about Mario Kart-ish size. Because, your proportions in that game are like a real person.
Yeah.
And the Mandalorian also can ride a Warthog. So somebody already made some machinima type stuff where it's just Master Chief and what is his character name? The Mandalorian?
No, he's Mando. Well, Mandalorian. Yeah.
Okay. So Mando.
They call him Mando.
So Master Chief and Mando are both like riding Warhogs. And apparently they're just on some never-ending journey. And the end is really stupid. And I guess it's an in joke. But it's hilarious to watch those two on those like mini carts just alone in this big ass world. So I'm just saying, Mark, when we gonna play Fortnite?
It's tempting. It is tempting. I don't know. But
That's
it's tempting.
so dope.
Yeah.
But it's cool that it exists because Halo Infinite got delayed until who knows when. So were you looking forward to that, Mark?
Halo Infinite. Yeah, no. I kind of have like some like I have old feelings for the like Halo 2, Halo 3 because I used to play it a lot, and then I kind of got burnt out with it. But I have love for those games, so I will definitely pick it up and play it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the Halo 2 a lot.
I think they're incredibly happy they took the time to delay their game because like there's another part of the gaming universe that's on fire right now. So
Yeah, Cyberpunk is really getting crazy right now, and now there's class action lawsuits from investors of the game as well. So it's like it's just a story after story after story of shit going on when you could have just, I swear to God, just delete it for another year, like delay it for another year.
the biggest bit of business that I saw that took place and went down was like, oh, I've never seen that before. Was that a AAA game, in this case Cyberpunk 2077, was taken completely off of this PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
It was terrible, but it was actually, I'm pretty sure, because again, they're businesses, they don't just say certain things open face. But remember what I told you last week was they threw them under the bus by not consulting with any of those companies and telling the players that you can get a refund.
Yeah.
So they didn't tell Sony. Sony was like, well, we can't sell this until it works, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no. So apparently that's just what it is, because somebody else put it into a different perspective and it was like, oh, that makes sense. So they said, and this was from like Angry Joe. I'm sure you know who he is.
Yeah.
So they were analyzing the situation on his show, and the point brought up was that, yeah, you can't sell something that is also being given refunds for if you hope to stop the problem. So you can't keep selling it and giving out refunds at the same time.
Makes sense.
That defeats the purpose of giving the refund, because you're continuing to sell something that you're going to get people calling you for refunds for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is okay. When you put it in that plain ass light, it's like, what other choice do you have?
Yeah.
Just let it sit there and let people like just basically clog up your phone lines and your internet and all your stuff at your servers are burning up because it's just every day 1,000,001 people are like, give me my money now. Oh, I get it.
I think, oh man, like right now is buy at your own risk, or just be patient and buy it later. I have it. I haven't played it. I'm not gonna play until I finish Yakuza. That was my thing. I'm gonna finish Yakuza Like a Dragon first before I even focus on Cyberpunk. So hopefully by the time I finish Yakuza Like a Dragon, seeing I had to grind to fight Majima, it's gonna take a little longer than I expected. So it's like, all right, I have more time to play, so I have time for it to get fixed and things like that. I feel bad because like my nephew really wanted the game, and that was what he wanted for Christmas. So I was gonna send him the PSN bucks to buy it, and because his disk drive don't work, so I was like, yeah, dude, they're not selling it on there no more, so you can't buy it right now. So I told him what I'll do is if he knows he's gonna get the PS5, it's running okay on the PS5. I haven't heard a lot of bad things on the PS5. I've been hearing on PS4 and PS4 Pro mostly, but I have not heard a lot on PS5. I heard it does shut down and crash here and there, but that's normal, seeming to be normal about that game. So I'm just gonna send him the physical copy because he does want to play the game. And hey, man, if that's the game he wants, I'm not gonna fucking fight him.
Yeah, I would. In that case, definitely wait till that PS5 version shows up.
Yeah,
Like it's on the way because this is a serious case where it is, as you said, play at your own risk, and the odds are in the favor of he's not gonna play on PC, right?
no, he's playing on PS.
Yeah, that's the odds where you're gonna play with fire.
So he was about to play on the base PS4, and I was like, let's see if you. I told him, let's see if you get the PS5 for Christmas, and if you get that, then I'll send you the game. But I was like, if you're paying on the base thing, that shit's like, is not gonna be a workable game, and I'd rather not spend my money and have you buy something you might like, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, I mean it works.
Yeah. So again, I still honestly, CD Projekt Red, I feel like they should get a little of the blame. Well, they should get a lot of the blame, and I feel like they should honestly. If you knew that this was gonna be a problem, you should have honestly delayed it another year. Honestly, focused on the main, like the next gen consoles, and not the things that you did was you previewed and you trailered the next gen version of the fucking game, and that's what you're trying to sell us, and you did not sell us the game that we saw on TV.
Yeah. Also, the things that's coming out are the staff, which they aren't really entirely comprised of what you would just call CD.
Yeah.
Like they have original names and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think Red is, and I think CD Projekt itself is like a big umbrella.
Yeah.
So Red is like Witcher and stuff, but the bigger company at large also has problems because they kowtow to China over some stupid ass things. And it's like, then you find out they own GOG.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh boy. So then they just doing weird business stuff all around. But it's not that studio in particular. That's the one that, because, okay, we know they're gonna get blamed, right? We know their name is all over everything. But it turns out that the heads of the studios, the suits, it's always the suits.
Yeah,
they're kind of the ones who made them obviously push it out because of investors. That's business things, right? Obviously, this year's on fire, and they probably were like, "Listen, we just need money." That was the wrong move because they made them push it out, and then. So, remember I told you Sony took it off the store.
Yeah.
Then there's GameStop store was actually telling people they had sent out a memo to their managers and whatnot. Be like, oh no, if anybody asks for refunds, send them to this number that ends up sending you back to CD Projekt, which is like, so they're passing off the buck. And then the other thing that they have found out was that the staff who basically they got put in the fire, now they're starting to like turn up on the management.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that means. I didn't read the story, but I saw it said hostile staff.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. They might be bringing in pitchforks and fire to work now because this is terrible. Hey, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they were like, oh, I'm meant to bring this up and tell you what this reminded me of, Merc. This reminds me of EA.
Yeah.
Because there was a time when EA was one of the most loved studios way back before it owned everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of the funny thing where people used to know them for like when they first got big, somewhat of a bigger name. and they had certain studios that made like adventure games and stuff, I think. And then it was like, well, and the sports games, and that was it. And there was no that was before that guy Bobby Kotick was there, and all you would hear was his name. It was like a different company. People
Yeah.
gave a shit about them. People cared about the games. People thought they were cool. And then the whole office culture, I am assuming, changed, and it became profits, 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 and now here you go, everybody hates them.
Yeah.
So this company is on that fast track to become the new EA. I hope they don't.
I hope so either. I think there are like a lot of the things they presented as themselves, especially when a lot of companies were like, oh no, we're gonna charge you for the bump up of the new game and things like that. And they were the first ones to say, no, you buy one game, you get both, and that's one of the first companies that actually state that. Sadly, on the other hand, the game came out and there's no next gen bump or anything like that until they're honestly fixing it and it comes out, and who knows when that's gonna come out. I'm very disappointed with that because this game was probably one of the most anticipated games for a good chunk of years, and it won game of show quite a few times. It won like most anticipated game for quite a few times, and to to lead it up to like this, and then it just like 2020.
Hey,
It shat
20,
itself.
yeah,
Right.
it 2020 all over the bed.
This game is pretty much what 2020 was.
It needs a Drew McIntyre to Claymore kick it in the face. Yes, it
Yes,
does.
a couple times. Maybe it'll help it.
Because it's voiced by Braun Strowman. Oh man, you should have
Man.
never told me that.
Oh man. But yeah,
I gotta find that. I gotta find a picture. That's gonna be the episode for this cast. No, that's next cast, because next cast we're gonna do a year in
yeah.
deal, right?
Yeah. So it's sad. It's really sad to hear it. I know people enjoying it. Like my girl's brother, I got him that for I got them that for Christmas. So basically, they've been playing it a lot, and they enjoy it. They has got crashed on them. It has had dumb glitches, but they're actually enjoying it and they're embracing the game. So at least people could find fun out of it. If you're not taking the game as seriously, and you actually can record those glitches and things like that,
Oh,
it's
man.
a lot of fun.
It's bringing me so much joy. Like, I know people are upset
Yeah.
and people are mad as hell, but when you see somebody put Rocket Man to a glitch in that game, it's just magical. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, that shit had me rolling.
People's imagination with the bugged out stuff that's going on is bringing me more happiness than actually purchasing this game. I'm happy. I'm happy people are having fun with all the nonsense that's happening in the game.
Yeah.
So sad. It's sad. A lot of other shady stuff seem to have gone down, but hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Did you unlock Sephiroth?
I did not. Dude, I have not even touched my Switch in like months.
How dare you?
I do gotta do it. I'll probably get it when Christmas comes because my nieces all got a Switch now, so they got Smash Brothers. So I'll probably do it then.
Okay, cool.
So it'll be something we can play. Seeing that I'm not gonna be able to see them because COVID times and shit like that, we plan to just Zoom and probably like just do a group like play of Smash Brothers, or they want Splatoon 2, so I'll probably play Splatoon 2 with them as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sadly, that's what it is right now. But yes. What else? I just received probably one of the best looking fucking figures of 2020 in my mailbox yesterday, and that is the Toko Razor NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze figures.
Yes, sir.
They're amazing.
Make sure you check those pictures out on the Mark with the Mic Instagram.
Yes, I took one picture. I plan to open it, so when I do open it, I plan to do some photography with it and play around with it. I just got Matt Riddle, which got me like a big idea of just having him with the donut box with Toko and Razor, and that actually just fits. It reminds me of the Bobby Lashley thing.
Yes, that'd be great.
So I'm all for that, and I feel like I'm gonna just have fun with those. They're huge. They're thick. They're like big figures. The box is big. So much detail. They look just like honestly, if you thought like it's a scale of the movie, like 100%. I'm happy with it, and thank you NECA for coming out with something so badass. Cause that shit, honestly, I thought Super Shredder was great. This one just like kicked its ass and knocked it out the park.
Really? Okay. Okay.
I'll say this is honestly probably my top figure of 2020.
And it's strangely enough, this year's been like heavy with figures.
Yeah,
That's one of the most interesting things I found. Like, if I think about like games and whatnot, not
you know
really.
what's
There's been
crazy?
some high tier stuff that came out, but it's not like, oh my goodness, it's the end of the console. Let's everybody dump everything. But figures this year, man, just almost every other week, Hasbro was popping out something,
I know my
and
wallet
then
hurts.
yeah, you know
um,
firsthand.
so I will say 2020 brought back a lot of collectors into the game of just collecting shit. Just the fact that no one could go out, no one's outside, and everyone's home. So people are looking at collections and they're like, "Oh shit, you know what I missed? I missed this, I missed that," and they go nostalgic and go and start finding stuff for their childhood because there's nothing else to do. Um,
Hmm.
Baseball cards, cards in general, like Pokemon cards and basketball cards, football cards, they're on fire right now. As in, like they're watching what you buy in Target because they're that popular in demand right now.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Fucking Pokemon cards are going crazy right now. They just came out with the Champions pack and everyone's going crazy for that. The Fat Pikachu one, which I think the Voltage pack came out. That one was a big hot seller. Now there's one coming out next month that's gonna be a crazy hot seller. Like they still going and they're still going strong. So like card collecting it has a boom right now, and a lot of people are picking up pass cards and things like that. That's something that a lot of dudes at work have been like buying like football cards and getting rookie cards and things like that and trying to grade them and get them because a lot of this shit is worth money right now. Even wrestling
Mhm.
cards.
Oh, wrestling cards, cool.
Yeah.
From like what? When have they ever stopped making wrestling cards?
Nah, they've been doing it for years. They come out with a lot of them. They just they'll do like 2020 early year, then they do Raw, then they do SmackDown one, they'll do NXT one, they'll do um foil special ones and things like that. They do a lot of things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know Tommy just bought a couple of them and he showed me the ones he got and he got a couple good ones. Like he got a one of five Samoa Joe that could goes for like maybe $50 to $60 right now. He has
Hmm.
25 of 50 of number 25 of 50 of Sasha Banks signed. That one goes for about $100 right now.
Wow, that's cool.
So it's cool. It's a cool thing. And then figures you think that they'll slow it down because people are not working and no money and shit like that. No, they just came out with more figures this year.
Hmm. Hmm.
From Hasbro Power Ranger Lightning Collection, which I've been collecting and trying to catch up now because a bunch of them came out. But I'm pretty on point. I'm probably missing a few.
You know what's interesting? You mentioned that. That must be a pretty safe industry to work in because you don't hear often about coronavirus outbreaks at a Hasbro plant. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but you know what? I'll give them credit because they even had a backstory on them. Is the fact that they took it really serious in the
Okay, there you go.
early points of it. As
Hmm.
in the ones that the virus started going to a lot of the workstations, they already started working from home and remotely, and they only had a select few going into the factory, like maybe 3 out of 5 days
Okay.
and things like that. So they were like one of the first companies like ahead of the time with that because they never had any issues when it came to that.
That's what I'm saying. Just uninterrupted service.
And then they kept making toys and making toys and making toys and
Yep.
making toys and making toys. There's so much out. There's so much stuff from the Star Wars Black series to the G.I. Joe new series to the Ghostbusters Hasbro series to the Power Ranger Lightning collection, which is still coming on strong with a lot of new ones
How you
this
get
week.
8 waves in 1 year?
Huh?
Isn't this seem like it's like 8 waves in 1 year?
Yo, I swear to God, like I feel like there was like 7 waves this year. It
Yeah,
was
it
only
was.
four. Like if
It was
I
all
go,
already 4.
it was
Okay. Okay.
four.
Okay.
But 4 and then the special ones with the 2-packs. There was a lot of 2-packs this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had the Andros and Tronima, you had the Sky and SWAT, you had the monsters, which are new, which they're big. Like I got my monsters and they're pretty cool looking. And then you have the Rita and Zed. You had a lot of things like that. And then I just got the metallic pink ranger. That's Catherine. And yo, the box is pretty badass because the metallic shit looks pretty cool.
So she's a completely unique figure from like, what? How many Pink Rangers are there right now?
2.
Only one?
Well, 3.
There's 2.
Technically 3, because the slave Ranger Slayers is
okay, not counting that one, but like of that particular suit.
2,
right?
Yeah,
okay.
And it's pretty much the same figure, just with a different head.
And
but it's metallic.
Okay, I was about to say with the metallic stuff, that's different.
It's
okay. Do they go the extra mile for the metallic stuff? And like, because I imagine that's a special figure, right?
Yeah.
So is it like better quality stuff, or is it just the same thing with a different color paint?
No, they did the metallic looks like it has a nice shine and things like that. It has a bunch more weapons. It has like the Zeo crystal and things like that.
Cool.
So they added a bunch of extra things to it. They also added Catherine's head, which actually is probably one of the best looking heads they have done for the females.
Got you.
They haven't had a lot of good. There's not a lot of good female heads. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of them. No.
Kimberly was terrible, and Trini was bad.
Trini wasn't bad.
I thought she was bad.
She wasn't bad. Ashley was bad.
Okay.
Ashley was bad, and
I know Kimberly wasn't good.
Oh, ooh.
That was the first one. I was like, oh, that's a disappointment.
And then on the box, they kind of like flashed it out, so like all the pink was metallic pink, so it's more shinier and it kind of spots out.
Okay, good stuff.
And then I got the the putty with the Z on his chest. Looks pretty dope. I have the Dino Thunder.
Do they fly apart when you hit the Z?
No. It's not. You know what? They should have stole the crash dummy figure technology, man. And they just pop off and they fucking. That would have been cool. And then the new Green Ranger, which is pretty much the solid helmet Green Ranger, and it has a new head piece for Tommy.
Okay.
Which is actually probably one of the better heads.
Gotcha. Besides that Dracon,
yeah,
that's the cool one.
I did like I did the G.I. Joes I was gonna get into, and then I just got the special Snake Eyes. That's the only one I got, but I was not crazy about the figures when they were coming out, so I kind of just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. They had these Transformer ones coming out. They look sick as fuck, but I'm like, nah, I'm too broke for that shit.
But I did see the what do they call the scale to 2 scale ones you showed me?
Yeah,
6 of them it is, and there's like scaled exactly to like the proportions of the people.
Yeah,
or whatever the suits. So they're big as hell and they're cool.
Yeah,
hyper detail.
I pre-ordered those too.
And that's like they're going they have them individually for $99 a piece, and then as a set it's what, $550. So you save off $50 off of one.
Nice. You save about $100
because it's 6 or 7.
So one of them is one costs $130 and the rest are $100.
Oh, okay. So who's
I think
that?
Green. No, I think Jason's the highest priced one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Does he come with something extra?
I don't fucking know.
They don't come with pieces of the Zord, do they?
No, it's just
they should.
They should.
They
should come with more. But the how detailed. So I was talking to my buddy Stanley. He actually owns the original versions of those.
They made those before.
So they came out independently, and then Hasbro reached an agreement with them to release them on Hasbro.
Okay.
There were a lot more money outside of Hasbro.
Okay.
They were going for like 300 and change each.
Really? Wow.
So Hasbro was able to bring the price down to $100 each.
Okay.
So at least Hasbro did that. I was not gonna do it. I was not gonna pull the trigger. I was like, no. And I keep looking at them, and I keep looking at them, and then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. By the time it comes out in August, I'll have the money for it. So I was like, let's go.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I was like, you know what? It's for the good for the cast. I will definitely do an unboxing of these and actually do videos and things like that. So I was like, it's for the cast. It's for the cast. Oh man, that hurt a little bit. Even though they didn't take the money right away, it still hurt a little bit.
Okay, got you.
But yeah,
No,
I
no.
pre-ordered those.
So I'm on the page now. No, they're evenly priced. So
Oh,
you
they
do
use
save.
okay.
Yeah, you do save money.
Yeah, and then also I have the no shipping things. I don't get charged shipping.
Good. So it's a flat $550.
And then
Whatever the tax is. I assume the tax is a lot though.
yeah, it came out to almost 600. And then they have the same company did Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, and they
I
look
believe
pretty
it
fucking
says
badass.
it's 30 is the name of the company. Is that it, or is
Yeah.
that somebody else?
Yeah,
Okay.
they did Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, and they look pretty fucking badass. They're supposed to be doing Cobra Commander as well, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, all right.
The Snake Eyes, the Storm Shadow looks dope. Snake Eyes not so bad. I don't care for Snake Eyes that much, but the Storm Shadow one looks sick.
Yeah, Storm Shadow is actually very, 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 very cool.
Yeah, so I hope these are well worth the price. I'm just like, damn, why you gotta do this? If they do this, and I am and I'm extremely happy in what they look like, I will love them to do other teams.
Okay, so what's the first one you want them to do?
I would like to do in order. Well, honestly, if I had a dream one, I would be Dire Ranger.
Okay, all right.
If I had a dream one, that would be Dire Ranger, because then that also brings in the White Ranger.
Okay.
Zeo would be kind of dope looking. SPD would be dope looking. I'll just pick my favorite ones. So like SPD, Space, Zeo. I would like to see Ninja Storm. I would like to see the pirate ones from Super Mega Force. I like those suits. So.
Oh yeah, damn, you just
Jungle
reminded
Fury.
me that they're actually on a roll. Like, we haven't really put them in the spotlight, but okay, Power Rangers as a brand this year
Yeah.
has actually been on a roll because we're talking about these figures and they've had an entire year of since we just talked about it, 4 different lines, right?
Yeah.
Then they have these new ones. They had the two packs also, but they also are having a great year with the game as well.
Oh, the game has been fantastic. I have not played it, and Scorpina came out. I haven't downloaded it yet.
Yeah, but but I think this year alone they had either 4, because of the way the way the packs work. I think it was 3 characters came out this year.
3,
right?
3.
Yes.
It was
all 3 of them were really cool.
Yeah, it was fuck. It's been such a long year.
It was RJ was 1, right?
RJ was 1.
So Scorpina's the last one, and I think it was Daishi was the one before.
No, Daishi was part of the last year's. I think it was yeah, because they won't do 2 of the same series, so it had to be a different person. I think it was Quantum. I think it was the Quantum Ranger.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Just remember that. Also,
you know what? I got I'm gonna download it on my PS5 because I've been meaning to and I haven't, and I already bought the pass.
Okay.
And then the cool thing is they actually add story into it too. So when you play their arcade, it have a little story. Oh, it's the Samurai Red Ranger, the female Red Ranger.
She was the first one for this year?
She was the first one from this year. No, it was RJ, then her, and then Scorpina.
Then her. Okay.
And I've been hearing rumors there's supposed to be a continuation of the storylines, and they're bringing in 3 more.
Oh,
for the next
even better. Okay.
They're continuing the game, and then they're working on a part 2 soon.
Wow. Damn. That's pretty good.
So if they do a part 2, I would like to see a lot more of the comic in it. I would like to see some of the Psycho Rangers. I would like to see like the random characters that they made, like the Omega Rangers. That's Jason and Trini and Zach. I would like to see. There's this character that's a bounty hunter that looks like Doggy, but he's red. He's fucking
Really?
badass in the Cars comic book. I'll take him, man. He's fucking killing motherfuckers in left and right in that comic.
But
Uh,
what series is he in?
he's in the beginning of the change of. So it's the beginning of the Omega Rangers. That's pretty much where he debuts in. He's hired
Okay.
by Lord Zed to find them
Okay.
and destroy them, but he doesn't because he's like, "Fuck you, I don't listen to you." But yeah, Battle of the Grid is honestly, I was really mad that Battle of the Grid didn't make the top fighting games of this year
Yeah, that made no sense.
because Mortal Kombat came out last year. Did it come out this year or last year? Last year.
I believe it came out last year, but it was probably too late. Maybe I don't guess for the
No, it
last
came
year's
out
awards.
October.
All right, so if it came out in October, it's not too late.
Bullshit.
Hmm.
MK11 release. I actually think it came out like April.
Oh, this
April.
year, or last year?
23 April 23rd, 2019.
Yeah, so that's definitely not.
So that's bullshit. How the battle? So this is one thing. Game Awards, and this is going to be off the subject, but Power for the Grid should have been in there because you added Street Fighter Championship in there. So Battle for the Grid should have been there. DBZ should have been in there because they actually had updates and all that shit. Tekken 7 should have been on that because they had updates and shit like that. It's bullshit.
Reminded me, EBZ got 2 new characters announced actually.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. The Game Awards are bullshit for fighting games.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's bullshit. That's straight up bullshit.
Jeff Keighley doesn't play fighting games.
I'm
Confirmed.
gonna
There
punch
you go.
Jeff Keighley in his face. Just because I want to. And now I have a
Oh,
reason.
man.
I never liked Jeff Keighley. I thought he went to our store one time. He was such a dick.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was such a arrogant bastard. I didn't know who he was either. I was like, fuck you. Who the fuck are you? Bunch of little bitches. It's like, you won't say that shit in my face. I'll kick your ass. Anyway, I will kick Jeff Keighley's ass because you don't recognize the fighting games. Because honestly, half that category was not fighting games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Honestly, have you picked up this game?
So my Battle for the Grid?
Yeah. It's been
No, I
like
wanted to get it on.
really
I
big
wanted to
discount.
get it on PC.
It's on PC.
No, but it hasn't been on sale though.
No.
Just
Well, it's
that's
on
a
the
lot
game.
of DLC.
It's on the
I hope
Game
you
Pass.
understand that. It's up to how many seasons now? Like 3?
4.
No,
But they
not
had
3,
everything
4.
on. They had everything on sale on one purchase.
Okay. All right. If I see it on sale on Steam or something, I'll probably get it.
Yeah. It's
But,
it's worth it.
I know it's a lot of stuff, and the competition is incredibly fierce in that game.
Yeah. I hold my own. I do pretty well.
Like I would like to, sir. It seems like one of those games that's a really good lab game
Yeah.
where you just, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where you just go to the training mode
100%.
and just try to make up combos on your own and stuff. Because when you look at the freedom of creativity they give you in this game, you could if your timing is on point, you could pretty much chain majority of the stuff together. And I realized the inputs,
Yeah.
it's simplified inputs, so it's easy once you learn your character's moveset.
Yeah.
And so that's why I commend them, at least the way they changed up the marketing, because they show you that.
Yeah.
They're not doing that thing where they act afraid of showing you long combos because casuals can't do this.
Yeah.
I think Battle for the Grid, more than any other game, is probably like the most accessible in terms of you see it, you could do it. It's like, okay, we're just gonna give you like the few steps, and we're not gonna make the barrier to entry be doing complicated directions and inputs.
Yeah.
So like with that in mind, if you know where the move is and where to place it in a combo, okay, it's up to you to make it work. And then I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it has different archetypes because Goldar is a different type of character than RJ.
Yep.
Like Daishi is another grounded character like RJ, but then you have the Quantum Ranger who's like projectile and can teleport in, and it's just like, man, this game is ridiculous.
Yeah, it honestly, I would say I've been playing it since it first came out, and it's 100% better game now than it was before.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
Yeah.
you got your characters, and you have your full range of different Power Ranger characters and things like that in there. And then the story mode was actually pretty cool. If you read Battle for the Grid, it was pretty much Battle for the Grid storyline, like from start to finish. They did a lot of cool things, and then also when they add characters in, they add their own little arcade version for them, and that you were able to play, and you got a little story from there. So that was actually really cool.
Yes. Yep.
Because what was it? I think it was. I think it was RJ. He had time limits in his fights. Like he had to win every fight under under like a minute or some shit.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he had like a challenge mode kind of like levels.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Because it was part of his story, and he had to go rush through these things, so he had to defeat everyone within the time limit for him to succeed and shit. And then he fights Daishi right before he fights Lord Draken.
Okay.
So they actually did cool little things like that, which is actually really cool about the game.
All right.
I recommend it. It was on sale for like the longest part. I think it just went back to regular price, but it'd been on sale for like a lot this year.
Okay. Cool.
Like I know it went down for like $10 recently.
Really? If it was that cheap, I would have picked it up.
Yeah,
Nice.
it went down.
Again, maybe it was on console and
Yeah,
like half this year. I was like, I switched. So
yeah, it went down in price. It's a really good game. I recommend. It's probably one of my favorite fighting games that is out right now.
I'm trying to see if I see it now. I see Mass Effect Andromeda.
Fuck that game.
No bueno.
Oh,
Anyway, let's what?
before we go into the verdict, I just want to say Mass Effect. I'm a little mad that it's not a PS5 or Xbox Series X version.
I read something. And I think they're accounting for it, but they don't give you a separate one. So yeah, there's no upgrade.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
Still gonna get
it's
it.
not gonna
It's
come out
bullshit.
a different day though. So I kind of see that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one SKU for everything.
Yeah, still bullshit.
I just hope it's good. I just hope it's good.
You know what? I do not have one game that has a white case of PS5.
That's the only game that has a white case or something.
No, I just don't have the white, because the PS5 cases are white. That has the white PS5 sign on it.
I thought they were blue. Still,
No.
okay.
I have it's
Okay.
white, and I have not one game that has that.
Why you don't have a physical game or something?
Well, Cyberpunk, I bought. I bought that digital. Street Spider-Man, I got the PS4 version because I couldn't find the bonus version for it, so I just got the extra.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So yeah. Anyway,
How's it look? Is it look good?
no, it's pretty much the PS5 version.
No. I don't mean the game. I mean the case.
No,
In
it looks the same. It
comparison
looks the
to
same. It just has the white
other
PS5
cases.
sign.
Oh, it's not. So
It's not
it's
blue
not
anymore.
that
It's
big of a
white.
departure from what it was.
No, it's not.
Ah,
It's like not a different casing or anything like that. It just says PS5 on it.
That's it.
Yep,
Wow.
yep.
Put more effort in.
All right. So now we go into this week's verdict, which is actually technically the last verdict until we get a source that we can find Monster Hunter. So this will be the final video game theatrical verdict until Monster Hunter. And
Yes.
This is Sonic the Hedgehog.
And this movie released February 14th of this year.
Yes, it was the final theater movie I saw this year.
Before the lockdown.
For the world shat its pants.
It's PG, rated PG, and it's an hour and 40. Doesn't
Yeah.
feel too long. So
It actually didn't
that-
feel long at all.
yes, as billed as action adventure comedy, and yeah, pretty much. I mean, it really does go in a pretty good arc. So particularly in the adventure part, it feels like you're following along on an adventure with Sonic.
Yeah.
It's interesting how they give you a few points of what he is and his special abilities, right? They give you the little origin story.
Yeah.
Still don't know what he is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna point that out.
Yeah. He still don't know.
They still don't. 100% they don't know what he is.
But then again, he
Um,
don't know what he is either. like
well,
like where
he's a hedgehog
he knows he's a
from that
hedgehog.
planet.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
about it.
That's it.
Yeah.
But do you know what an echidna looks like in the real world? Because I don't think it looks like a red man with dreads. I'm
Not at
saying,
all. They have no teeth either,
what?
and they're
Oh,
not
I did not
strong.
know that about them. Oh, okay.
They're like a
Well,
they're Australian animal.
so uh, yeah,
The only one that
aren't
looks
they
the
like
part
little?
of the animal they are is Tails,
There's tails. Yeah,
because Sonic does not
and
look like a hedgehog.
I mean it's not. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But again, as far as accuracy towards the source material, 100%.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me.
This movie was infamous because it didn't start that way.
Yeah. Oh,
So that might be the picture for this one.
it's the old look.
You know, we're gonna go back in time. We're gonna grab the original art, CG render for this movie, which he did not look like the wholesome, lovable blue hedgehog. He looked like a nightmare creature.
Yeah.
That killed Sonic and wore his skin, and had human teeth, which made it even creepier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget about that part.
Yeah. It was that trailer. So one thing that Jackie actually kind of spotted out, and I actually agree with what she said, because it kind of makes sense. I feel like that this look that this look that he has now, and that pretty much line up in the movie, I think that was the original plan. And
Why
that
is that? Why did?
and they released the trailer early to have people speaking about the movie. So it had buzz, it had people talking about it, and then they were like, "Oh shit, yeah, look, we had this whole time."
But okay, if that, I could get that, but do you believe then if that's A, then B is then the studio was bullshitting about sending those people back to work.
I honestly feel like I feel like this look was originally, because it happened really fast too, and when we got this look, so we didn't hear nothing for a while, and then all of a sudden they showed the trailer for the new one, and it looked just like this. It looked like pretty much what he looks like in the comics and cartoons and things like that.
I think it was like
Because it reminded me
2 to 3 months in between the backlash.
So it
and then the
reminded me of
trailer.
the Deadpool little thing. As in, someone released the trailer out for Deadpool that no one knew who they released it, but it got the buzz for Deadpool and pushing Fox to make this movie.
But they, okay, yeah. I mean, I can see the similarities, but the unfortunate difference is that one was leaked and one was quote unquote leaked,
Yeah,
and one was like they made a big deal.
I don't know.
Because I remember they announced this and they had an official date and everything, and it was like they put all their chips in one basket, all the eggs in one basket, so to speak, because they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna love this." I remember them.
It also got
marketing
delayed.
the hell out of it.
I think it was supposed to come out November, and it got delayed to February.
So yeah, they were marketing the hell out of it. So yes, it could be in the same thing, but I don't think it was. I don't think Sega was doing that. I
Yeah.
think maybe somebody in the office internally was like, "Wait till they see this thing. They're gonna want to change that quick."
Yeah,
Like if you said that was the thought process behind the people who worked on it, I could see that.
yeah.
But Sega was like, "You done yet? Give it to me. Give me what you got. This is what you got. All right."
So
And yeah,
So the
You got
first
that
thing
weird
I
guy.
want, first thing I want to say is that I popped when I saw the Sega, like kind of like the Marvel wheel, but for Sega, and you saw all the Sega character stories and the games and everything on it, and I saw Kiryu, I was like, yeah, Kiryu.
Yeah,
I was excited for that, and that actually also gave me like goosebumps in a way that I was like, wow, we can actually get more Sega movies. I'm all for this.
I mean, when's the Streets of Rage movie? Come on, man.
Streets
It
of
writes
Rage,
itself.
Golden Axe.
The things I
Knights.
realize about the Sega properties though is that if they can find the right tone for everything, then it would be a great movie. Because this movie, they found the right tone for it,
Yeah.
and I feel like Yakuza with money behind it, not the one that it exists. It has a movie already.
Like a dragon.
But I feel like Yakuza if it's gonna have a cinematic release at some point,
Yeah.
that's a movie they're gonna throw money at, like they
Yeah.
threw with this movie.
Yeah.
Because I feel they know that that movie picked up traction
Yeah.
in this country, so they're not just gonna make a quirky Japanese thing. They're gonna make it their way, but they're not just gonna be cheap about it and be like, it's funny,
Yeah.
it's quirky, it'll just go off and we'll love it. They probably get some real actors with some real chops and some big budget stuff. But you know who I really feel would make a really good Yakuza movie is like Stephen Chow,
Stephen Chow.
because I yes, like the Kung Fu Hustle
Yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I believe that Yakuza can't be 100%. Obviously, it can't be 100% serious.
Yeah, it has
But
to have
for
it.
the
Yeah.
but for the silly stuff, you have to go in on a budget
Yeah.
because Kiryu's so violent that it's comical the stuff he does to people.
Yeah.
And in Kung Fu Hustle, they are you believe it or not, like they're mad violent.
Yeah.
People don't just be bleeding up and dying; they just get hurt and fly off in the distance, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what you need to do.
So you hear it here first. We want Stephen Chow to direct Yakuza.
That would be great. Could you imagine? I would love to see what he would do with Majima. Come on.
If it happens, we get 10%.
I'm saying 20.
I'll take
I'm
20.
saying 20. It's 2020. Give me that money.
But yeah, we said it here first. Stephen Chow, Yakuza.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
What else?
Let's keep it
Name another Sega property besides like the big pop, like a Streets of Rage. 100%. Yeah, that could easily be made, and I think it'd be a fun movie too. And I think that's another movie that kind of has to have a non-serious feel to it, just because what they're doing is just walking around the streets and just fucking up people.
Yeah, so another martial arts director, but I just had a flash and thought about, like, if you get it done by the people who did Daredevil, that'd be fine.
Yeah, that's the people that did Raid Redemption.
It's fighting, yo, yeah, that's I'm not even gonna lie, that's basically a Streets of Rage movie anyway.
Yeah, Raid Redemption.
It
You went to levels.
Streets of Rage,
You did different levels of different fights. Yeah, 100%. Streets of Rage right there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Our Streets of Rage movie, directed by the
Pretty
people
much.
that did Raid Redemption. I would
we
like
got
to see a
two
Crazy
movies.
Taxi movie.
But who does really good driving movies?
I don't know. Get the people that did Need for Speed.
Oh, wow. All right. You win. You got it.
Oh man, and what else? Nights. Nights and Dreams. I think that could be a straight CGI movie, though. I think that's gonna be like a visually CGI movie. That can be a live action.
It could, because it has a little boy and a little girl. So I think they'll probably be the only human things in this magical world, because then they turn into the knights.
Yeah.
So that probably
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
I was just thinking about Fantasy Star.
Fantasy Star would be cool.
Yeah, that would probably end up being like on some Star Wars level, because but it's Sega. They're not gonna let that go that far. Come on, man. That'd be perfect. It writes itself.
Yeah.
Have you ever played the story-driven Fantasy Stars, or have you just played the online?
I'm very light with Fantasy Star. I probably played the one on Dreamcast, and that's probably the only one I played.
All right, cool. Well, did you play all the Sonic games?
Yes, I have.
Even Sonic 06?
Everything.
Oh Lord, Shadow? Did
Yeah.
you play Shadow? Or did he not count?
I played everything. I regret, but I played it. I played every single Sonic game. I think this movie, for this movie, 100%, I think I had more heart into it because I am a huge Sonic fan. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. He's been one of my favorite mascots since I was a kid. He was probably the first mascot game I owned because it was my Sega Genesis kind of thing. So I have a lot of love for Sonic. So, and then also his comic book has been amazing for many years, and people forget that his comic book is probably the longest running kids comic book in years. Like, it's still going to this day.
Archie?
No,
Is it
it's
still
IDW now.
Okay, but it was, right?
It was Archie for the longest time. Yeah, I actually
was
had
Archie.
the whole first run, the first 100 books.
I never actually got any.
You know who wrote the first 20 issues?
Oh,
Mark Millar.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he wrote the first.
Was that was that like his first gig or something? Like, was
Yeah,
he like, oh, let me prove
yeah.
myself?
No, that was his first gig. Yeah, he wrote Sonic the Hedgehog
That's
for 2 years,
that's cool.
and that was before he did Watch Wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunate what happened to that movie, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, so Sonic the Hedgehog has a lot of history with me. For this movie, for what it was, like I actually enjoyed it fairly. I knew that they're gonna try to aim for kids and those half CG, half live action movies like Yogi Bear and fucking Alvin and Chipmunks and even honestly, if you watch Hop, there's a lot of scenes stole from Hop and is the same fucking actor too, which is funny as hell.
As in a voice actor?
No, no, the actor, James Master, uh,
Oh, Cyclops.
Matterson.
Oh,
Yeah, it's James Martin. I don't know. He was in a movie called Hop, which was a CGI bunny, which the car scene was looked exactly like Sonic.
oh, so it probably was a nod to the movie then.
Yeah, like he's in quite a few movies like this. He's also in Enchantment. So this is his thing.
Oh, it's his wheelhouse. Okay.
Yeah. So, but he had
Apparently,
yeah.
apparently the same director is doing the sequel and the Pink Panther.
Yes.
Um, are you familiar with James Jeff Fowler?
No, I am not, but I know he was one of the people under Tim Miller on Deadpool.
As in what? He wrote the movie?
He was he was like a he helped produce and he also helped like a lot of the cinematography and shit of it.
Ah, okay. Cool, cool.
I'll show you now.
So that's cool. Um, and I guess it was written by Pat Casey and Josh Miller.
Yep.
Familiar with them off the top of my head. Again, I'm not very uh knowledgeable when it usually comes to the writers or something like
Yeah.
this. I mean, see, I didn't have the fanatical dislike of this existing
Yeah.
like most people had when they first okay when they first heard it was going to be a thing. I was just like, well, I mean, if it's good, it's good, as bad as bad.
Yeah.
So I didn't do my research on the movie before I watched it. So
I again, this is the final movie I saw of 2020, so it kind of had more of a like, yeah, this is the final. I saw this with Jinkies, and
mhm.
we really enjoyed it. I think the biggest part of this movie was getting the right Robotnik, and I think they got the perfect Robotnik in Jim Carrey.
Yes. um let's see, I guess we should at least flesh out the main cast.
Yes.
So Ben Schwartz is Sonic as
Yep.
his voice. uh Jay Marsden is Tom, which is the human sidekick.
Yep.
um Jim Carrey is Dr. Robotnik, aka aka Eggman.
Yes.
uh Tika Sumpter is Maddie. I believe that's the main character's
Girlfriend.
fiance.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they don't really say if they're just girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, leaving the house, man.
Yeah.
She was willing to go to Chicago for the man, stay at her sister's house where her sister hates him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She's got some dedication to him. So, and the sister is Natasha Rothwell. I'm not familiar with her, but I did not like her character at all. I know she was made to be
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
Man, she worked. She annoyed the hell out of me. Oh, and Lee Majdoub
Yeah.
was Robotnik's assistant, and he's kind of like constantly in the movie.
Yeah.
Also,
He was in Venom.
oh, as what?
He was
The
one of
main
the
character?
main guys in Venom.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Did not see that. I have to check that out. Also, I wanted to bring this to your attention. Neil, this is another Neil McDonough movie, and it's actually a good movie.
Yeah.
Remember, we said before how many good movies has he been in? And it's like no,
But
not
the
that
reason
many.
why is the fact that he has like one scene.
I know, I know.
And it's
He
Jim
gets murked
Carrey
by
just talking
Robotnik.
shit to him.
His soul gets murked by Robotnik.
Yeah.
It's awful, but it's hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
Definitely for me, the best part of the movie was Robotnik.
Yeah.
With like Sonic is a close second.
Yeah.
Um, like most of the other characters, they don't really pop
Yeah,
like Sonic or Robotnik,
which
really.
is fine because your focus on this, especially if you're going to see Sonic, you want Sonic to be the main star, and it felt like Sonic was the main star. Robotnik was the main antagonist, and it really felt that way.
I liked the deputy though.
Oh, this
That
you
was a
fucking
character.
stupid.
The deputy, and then what's the other dude? Was like Crazy Ned or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Frank, what's
The
his
one
name?
that's
Crazy
supposedly
Carl.
crazy. Was he a Crazy Carl? I think it
Yeah,
was.
Crazy Carl.
Yeah,
Crazy
that's
Carl
one.
was in
Like
Alone in the Dark.
so the one credit I would give to the movie is that it did have a lot of the minor characters were colorful. So like the girlfriend's sister was hilarious, like although annoying,
Yeah,
just for the ridiculousness of what they put her through.
yeah,
Like they had her tied up in her own house. That was actually like that was
yeah.
hilarious.
Her kids going
Neil
running around.
McDonough for getting sunned by Robotnik. His Robotnik sidekick from getting sunned by Robotnik.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, open your mouth. What? Got you. Damn, son. All right. Um, who else was in like another character that they had there's like just a bunch of little characters. The deputy sheriff, he was another like funny ass character. Like again, when we say Crazy
yeah.
Carl, just the the
And then he did
the
the Sonic meme as he drew him like the Sonic meme.
yo.
Yeah,
Okay. See, that's how you do some of the dumb stuff right. That's one of the things I really appreciated about this movie
yeah,
was they found their spots to pick and put in the stupid internet stuff.
yeah,
Because there's a lot of it in this movie, but it's so spaced out, but it's so smartly placed
yeah.
that it never becomes one of those things that makes you groan when you hear it.
No,
So, and I'm not talking about like things like the flossing, like the dancing. Again, that's kind of one of the things. Like I said, that's not my childhood, so I don't
yeah,
attach to Sonic as much. I still have love for him, but hey, that's a different kid. Who
yeah,
is that guy?
yeah,
But they just gotta go fast is in there.
yeah,
The Sonic meme is in there.
yeah.
There's a few other choice ones that they slip it in, and
Like
it's
chili
like,
dogs. Him eating
hmm?
the chili dogs. That was like a little slide to the cartoons and
No,
shit.
but that's not bad. That's not a bad.
No.
Usually, the thing I'm talking about is like memes. Usually, they get to the point of being annoying and like it's not a trait of the character. It's a trait the people like you and me. Like
Yeah.
say we were on a forum and we attributed this to his character for no reason. Like Eggman has a stupid thing where he says pingas.
Yeah.
He never says that.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, they took a clip of him saying something that sounds like it,
Yeah.
and it's one of the most popular memes ever. And it's like, but that was like for like back in the day YouTube.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's in this movie. I wouldn't be surprised if he says that the way he acts, but it is PG-13 and pingas
Yeah.
means something pretty raunchy. Uh, but still, they chose to put in internet stuff that's dumb internet humor. And I was like, you know what? You did it the right way. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I think that's one of my main takeaways from this movie. Although this, out of most of the ones we've seen for this entire, the verdict for live action video game movies, they've been mostly aimed at PG-13.
Yeah.
And this is the first one where I can feel that it's made to be a kids movie.
Yeah.
Just because of the little things that they choose to make the characters identify with.
Yeah.
I can see them because it's supposed to be age specific for Sonic because he's supposed to be early, like 11.
Say 15.
Oh, 15? Well,
Mhm.
he's a teenager. He's an early teenager,
Yeah.
the early half. But he definitely acts like he's like a kid
Yeah.
still. So with that, it's like they kept him on until the age that it came out. It came out in 2020.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And
And I thought the only thing I like is not a knock against it, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's the only thing keeping it from being like, oh, this is a number one for me. It's like there's certain elements that I can feel, the tropes that I can feel that pull it away from number one, but it's still in the top 10 for me.
yeah. It's gonna be honestly is going to be my number 2. I feel like they did a great job in making Sonic feel like a real like Sonic the Hedgehog from the game. They did a good job in kind of combining the cartoon attributes of Sonic the Hedgehog into him, because he had the what?
I was gonna say I felt also because I don't know if you ever watched it, at least as many episodes as I have. But did you ever see Sonic Boom?
I've watched a few episodes. I never got to watch like the full
There's
episodes, but I enjoyed it.
so some of the stuff he starts saying like towards the middle after he's known the guy for a little bit. There's a few interactions and stuff that does remind me of Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
And where he's like a little more smart and like snide and like he's got a little bit of a smart ass side to him.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of different elements. Well, I mean that's a quality of Sonic, but
Yeah.
again,
And I think they did a good job in
remind-
combining everything. Like also like the like seeing in the beginning with the owl lady and the Knuckles, the Echandas fucking hunting her and the savages and shit like that. So it kind of gives you a preview of what's gonna come next. And then the ending when you have I actually popped in the theater when I saw Tails. I was like, oh shit, Tails! I was actually really happy. And the fact that it's the original voice actor of Tails for the Sonic Adventure games, I was 100% for that. So I was like,
Oh, that's cool.
all right. I was actually really excited about that. Like for a movie, a kids movie, actually get me like excited to see what's gonna happen next. Fucking Robotnik wearing the big ass bushy fucking mustache and being in the mushroom planet. That shit had me excited because that was like the mushroom world from fucking Sonic and Knuckles. So there was a lot of things in this like from the games that really like I don't care about the people that much. Like again, like these movies, I understand they have a certain appeal they have to do, and they do it the same way. But for beyond of that, like I just truly enjoyed this movie. I actually really enjoyed it. It made me laugh. It made me feel like I was watching a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and it was not like copying like Yogi Bear or fucking Scooby Doo or anything of those kind of traits in movies. Even though it kind of had the same patterns that they usually do in these movies. But I think Sonic was unique. I think Sonic was a good character. And for a CGI character to be really focused on the starring role and didn't look like a sidekick to the other humans and things like that, I love that about it.
It felt minus the end. I'm talking about the movie I'm referencing.
Yeah.
It felt close to a more children's friendly version of something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, 100%.
You got the mad villain, you've got the cop, and you've got the animated the animated main character.
Yeah.
And the human is just like the sidekick.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of that dynamic, not plot beats and everything, but that's a movie that this gives me the vibes from that, and I'm like, that's good.
That was really good. This is gonna be my number 2 movie of the countdown. Mortal Kombat. It was it was fighting Mortal Kombat. Like there was things about this movie that I was comparing. All right, so we're watching a video game theatrical movie. So I'm basing it based on the video game that I've been playing for so many years. I played every single Sonic game, going into even the shitty ones. So I played all the shit. Just to feel the vibe of how his speed worked, to feeling like the spin dash when he fucking ran into the car and shit like that, Robotnik's vehicles and how he did the mechanics. The only thing, the little thing missing was the little rope, the animals inside them. Other than that, we might get that in the next movie. Who knows? But there was a lot of things, especially with Jim Carrey being Robotnik. Like, I just thought he was fucking amazing, and just how he just did his thing, and how weird, but how like he just knew he was smarter than everyone, and how he acted. He was so cocky with his brain, but he was such a dick to everybody, and it was a lot of things I liked about this movie. I was very happy that this is like kind of the end of the theatrical movies until Monster Hunter comes out, but I think it's a good end to the list that we did, especially in the beginning of the 2020 to now.
Yeah, definitely. Because glad it didn't end on a bad note, because it could have been something terrible.
Like,
could have been a secret Uwe Boll movie.
A Dead Trigger.
Ooh, yeah, almost made it.
Yeah. So
that would have been the last one. Ugh.
So where are you gonna rank this movie for you?
For me, it's going above Detective Pikachu.
Okay, so it's Street Fighter, then Detective Pikachu, Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So your top 10 right now in this last list. I don't want to go through the whole list because it's like almost 40 movies. So I'm going to do the top 10. Mortal Kombat stays number 1. Dead or Alive stays number 2. Super Mario's number 3. Double Dragon's number 4. Street Fighter's number 5. Sonic the Hedgehog's number 6. Detective Pikachu's number 7. Prince of Persia is number 8. Need for Speed is number 9. And Postal rounds up the top 10.
That's pretty good. I feel good with that.
Mine is Mortal Kombat number 1. It's still number 1. Sonic the Hedgehog is number 2. Super Mario's number 3. Dead or Alive is number 4. Double Dragon's number 5. Detective Pikachu is number 6. Street Fighter is number 7. Prince of Persia is number 8. Need for Speed is number 9. And Rampage wraps up my top 10.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we are done right now for the video game theatrical movies. Once Monster comes out, we will have our verdict for you guys, and we will keep our list going from there for there on. Next, movies, because I think this made the podcast, especially going through 2020, more interesting, is the fact that we actually got ourselves watching movies that we never watched, or watch movies that we have seen before and looked at it a different view. So we are actually going to do and make a list of all superhero movies since the day we were born. So 1983 and up. We'll be going through theatrical movies that came out in theaters. We're gonna make a list of movies that we're gonna make the list. It's not gonna be every single one, but it's gonna be the ones that we need to see that we've never seen, kind of thing. So we'll make the list. We'll present it next week with our end of 2020 cast, and we'll probably start it with the first movie on that list. So we'll see where we go from there.
I'm predicting right off the bat
what?
That the quality of these movies is going to be exponentially worse than what we have already watched.
Yeah.
Because it's superhero themed and because it's pre-2000, and we're cutting out a lot of, we don't want to just do Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
Regardless. We're making exceptions. We are going to get Batman in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like because of the cutoffs, the quality is going to dip.
Yeah.
I feel like the quality is going to hit rock bottom. This is going to be where the real fun stuff comes from.
Yeah. So we're going to make our list. We'll give you the verdict of what we're going to do next week. We don't know what we're going to start with. So, actually, no, we do know what we're going to start with. We are going to start with, what was the one we were talking about that we were going to start with? I just had the list. Where is it?
I said it wasn't in. It was. Well, are we starting in 80 or are we gonna?
We started in 80. So we're gonna start with Flash Gordon.
Yeah. Okay.
Flash.
I've only seen that movie on television in the background.
Me too. I've only seen it on Channel 11. I have never seen the full theatrical movie of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start with Flash Gordon, which came out in 1990. So we're gonna do 1980 all the way to 2000. So 20 years of superhero movies.
Yeah.
If you guys have any recommendations within those timelines, let us know. Yes, we are getting that original Fantastic Four movie that was doo-doo. Yes, we're going to try to watch it, and I'm not looking forward to that whatsoever. But we are going to try to get every movie that we could possibly get that's a superhero theme, or maybe or superhero or / comic book theme movie within those time period. Because I think it would make it interesting if you do.
I just realized. Hold on a second. Before we wrap this up, I just realized the plot of Flash Gordon is basically the plot of Arthur and the Knights of Justice.
Yeah.
A football player and his friends. That's pretty funny. All right.
But it came out before King Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
So King Arthur was copying Flash Gordon.
This is true.
But Flash Gordon also had a cartoon series.
What? Was it any good?
Oh, it wasn't good.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, so we're gonna get our list. Our first movie will be
maybe. I don't know. Maybe we should change it up. I don't know. I feel like I want to watch. I want to review episodes of old 90s cartoons now. I remember I love the theme song to Arthur the Knights of Justice, but was that cartoon any good?
right now, though,
wait
that one can
today.
wait because that's a lot of shit to watch.
I think it
Like,
might
how are
be
we gonna do it? We gonna do like the
no,
first
no,
five
one episode,
episodes?
one or two episodes a piece, just to see like the debut episode, the first episode, and like the last episode or something. Nothing. We don't want any context of nothing. We just want to watch it. Was this any good? Man, this first episode sucks. What about the last episode? Yo, that episode was good. And then maybe you might want to watch it. I'm just saying.
Oh
I'm just saying.
man, so that's a longer list of shit.
You want to watch? You want to watch Conan the Adventurer?
Oh man, there's a lot of fucking.
Remember that? Oh god.
Conan the
No.
Adventurer.
We'll one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Yeah, one thing at a time. So we're gonna do superhero movies. So
Mhm.
superhero / comic book movies from the 1980s to 2000, because we have done verdicts of all the MCU and MDCU. We have not did the Tim Burton Batmans or like the Batman's Joel Schumacher Batman. So that would be something new to the cast. I think we're gonna add maybe Superman in there because we never got a verdict of those either, of the Christopher Reeve Supermans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
Definitely.
and things like that. Even though the first one came out in the 70s, so I don't think that counts in our list.
That's up to you if you want to make the exception.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll make the list and see where it goes from there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so wrap this up.
So thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better Wrestling podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere, Red Cyclone Inc. And that is on YouTube, that is on SoundCloud, that is on Spotify. Also, we are on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and we had a WordPress. And don't forget the Red Cyclone Inc. Facebook group. We were at Merc.
I am at Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Twitch TV, or Merc the Mic. Follow also the Facebook pages, the Wrestling Babble and the Red Cycling pages. We are very active on there, especially TLC is tonight, so we'll be very active on the Wrestling Babble page. Follow us on Spotify under Red Cyclone Inc. We have a lot of stuff going on there. Every single cast goes on there. Follow our other cast. Not a Trekkie has a new episode of our verdict of The Last Jedi. We have Shell Shock coming out next week with our verdict of the original 80s cartoon of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have the Morphin Cast, which was on Wild Force. We have the Gamer Rage podcast where we talked about arcades, and we have the new challenges on there as well. Follow the Wrestling Babble as well. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He's not supposed to have them sandwiches, but he got them.
Gotta go fast and take them from him.
Yeah. Before he eats them and,
Yes.
and farts in your face.
Yep. Peace out, laters.